Were there any cosplays that you saw that you thought were over the top fantastic?
I saw the 10-foot Galactus who lit up.
It's the first thing I thought when I saw the Galactus, like, push him over. Just push him over, please. All right, welcome to This Week in Nerd History, a podcast where we talk about all the fun, dumb, nerdy stuff from the past, present, and future. I'm Mike. Joining me as always, we got AJ and Sal. How are you guys doing?
Great.
AJ,
Healthy.
AJ and I were going to ask Sal, did you get COVID at Comic-Con?
No. It's so early.
Knock on your head.
It's been 3 days. No, I don't. This particle board from IKEA is not good. I'm not going to get any luck out of this.
It's going to make it worse. Yeah.
But I did get a cold on day one.
Oof.
Oh, no.
And it knocked me around until I came home.
Really?
It was horrible.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was so prepped,
you
man.
looked good. I followed all your stuff on Insta.
Thanks. Yeah, I had some good times. I mean, and the first day I'm like, here we go. Next day I'm like, oh, my throat kind of hurts. And then at the end of the night I'm like, and that was just that. But also walk 24 miles a day.
Yeah.
In the blistering heat.
Right.
That did not help. You can't sweat out a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes you sweat more. You just look bad. They're like, oh my God, you look terrible.
You know what helps though is like if you walk in the super heat and then you're inside all day for like recycled freezing air.
Yes.
And then back out into the heat, like that mix is really good.
Really good for your metabolism.
Yeah. That's good. That's good because I definitely did that.
Yeah.
It also doesn't hurt to be on a plane within 72 hours. Like be on a plane, do that, and then get right back on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really worked out.
I can't.
Yeah.
I miss going to Comic-Con, but I also don't miss it whatsoever.
No. I can't even blame Comic-Con on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, I did the math. I'm like, I got this either on the plane or some jackass hurt me at the deli the day before. Like I don't know what happened, but but you know what really, like I don't want to dwell on it, but like being like when you need to be on and you need to do work that is in the entertainment industry, nothing will bring you to like at least your top level is 75%. Like then a cold. A cold is just, you're like, I'm gonna give it my all, and there's a much louder voice in the back of my head that says, why don't you just burn it all to the ground and go to sleep?
Just go to your hotel room.
Like tell everyone here
that
that they suck and just go away.
Yeah.
Like why don't you get a plane right now and go home? You have cats and a beautiful wife waiting for you. Why are you doing this at all? And I'm like, all right. It went from like a little nagging voice that occasionally comes to me at the end of the night, when I'm taking inventory of all the mistakes I've made. And instead it becomes like a roommate who's like, yo, why don't we bail? I'm like,
that
shut up,
sounds
Chad.
cool. Let's not do it. Let's not do that.
Yeah. I need this, Chad. I spent a lot of money to be here.
By day 2, you're just saying it into the microphone. You have no...
Yeah, I'm like, I hate this, and you...
Howdy there, folks. Video James here. As you know, I spend all my time either out on the range, in an old-timey bathtub, or gaming. So I gotta make sure I eat the right stuff when I'm on the go. Thankfully, this video is sponsored by Control. They got healthy meal replacement shakes, protein meal bars, and protein cookies. Best of all, they actually taste great, and not like I'm just chewing on a saddle all day. So check out the link in the description and use the code Dorkly to get 10% off your order.
Were there any cosplays that you saw that you thought were, like over the top fantastic?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I did. I saw the 10-foot Galactus who lit up.
I saw a picture of this massive Galactus, and I was like, how is that even possible?
I know.
Was
So
there
crazy.
a real human in that? Was there multiple?
Yeah,
were
there was
they
a guy in there.
Was it like a trench coat, like multiple guys on each other's shoulders to do
Right?
that?
Normally, it's a guy with stilts and like a kind of like pulley system for the hands and stuff. I've seen like those making of videos of those people like putting them all together. The other one that was really a standout, and it's like much less commercially viable, is the like screen accurate Mondoshiwan that was walking around from The Fifth Element If you remember,
Oh,
like,
yeah, I saw
those
that. I saw
big
that.
fat
Yeah.
things with the little heads,
With the
like
little head, yeah.
just lumbering.
Somebody was one of those.
Someone was
Oh,
one of those?
I would have wanted to hug it.
I know. I was walking behind him, and I'm like, "What is this asshole taking so?" Oh, he's just being accurate. He was,
Aw.
and I was like, "This is awesome! Look at you!"
Did he have a little key that he could give to you?
I didn't see the key.
I saw that galactic, like whatever it is in my monkey brain when I see those things. The first thing I thought when I saw the Galactus, like, push him over. Just push him over, please. That's all I wanted to do.
This is why you're not invited to these
that's what
things.
yeah.
Push it over.
One of the early ones that I went to, somebody made like a big General Grievous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. That's very impressive.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But
'Cause
like
he's just
the dude, he couldn't move. Like this was like early days, like I'm sure there's like lighter material that you could use it and stuff like that. So I'm sure that thing weighed like 700 pounds. And he was just like, him and his friend would just kind of like set him up in a corner and just like, give me a second, please. Yeah, everyone come to me, please.
Come to me. I'm not moving.
Yeah.
The ones that always also stand out in my brain is like, it's dress up like however you want to, but like the people who are dressed up, but they don't quite pull off like the confidence behind it. There's a certain confidence that you kind of need, there's like a lot of like Wolverines and stuff and like, tons of different iterations of them and everything like that. But like, even if they don't have the confidence or not, but like just catching at a moment where they're just like trying to open up a soda or something. It's like these sort of like,
that's usually when I see
drinking
them.
something out of a straw.
Yeah, or it's after the show, and they're like just walking down the street, like trying to get back to their hotel, and they're like,
just exhausted. Oh,
yeah. I got to go to Comic-Con. I didn't do a damn thing. I walked around until people took pictures of me, and now I have to leave because I'm going to die.
I don't quite,
like,
just because it's not my thing, but I don't quite get like the reason. What's like the drive to do that sort of thing?
To do cosplay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like that kind of elaborate
kind
cosplay.
of elaborate one.
It's to like win.
To win at life. To be the best.
There was an article I saw like after the Galactus thing where they were like, well, obviously Galactus won Comic-Con. I was like,
yeah.
All right, good for him.
Yeah.
Like,
He won.
I guess that's what he went for. I did see one like almost screen accurate Amazing Digital Circus cosplay. It was the Jester character. I don't know.
Pomni.
Yeah. They were 100%. I was like, AJ would love
Here
this.
in real life. This is freaky.
Yeah.
Aw, that's fun.
That was like the first cosplayer I saw at the show was the Amazing Digital Circus one. Yeah. And like, there are a million other ones, but I didn't notice them like I have in the past. Like last year, I saw a lot of Wolverines, which makes sense because of the movie. But yeah. This year I was like, just occasionally you see like over the crowd, you see like, oh, that one or
I'm trying to think of like what would I need to do in order to like dress up in like cosplay? It would need to be like take it like Halloween sort of approach to it, where it needs to be convenient for me.
Yeah,
like what would be a pretty sweet one is like Professor X, so I could like sit down. The whole time would be pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And like, but I'd have to go all out with like a ball cap and stuff. And like, but like you're pretty comfortable. You're sitting down if it's like a motorized chair, right? So you got to figure all that out.
Yeah.
But like you're sitting down the whole time. If it looks really good, people are going to like get out of your way, to like,
I've seen that one. I've seen the dude.
Really?
I've seen multiple Professor X. The most like notable one I saw was like, I think Fan Expo Canada or Toronto, where they had like the full yellow, like
that's what I was saying.
Floating thing, and it was he actually did need a wheelchair, and he built a thing around his wheelchair.
Yeah,
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, mine's just stolen valor. I'm just
like I just want to sit, and because I'm covered, like there's I can poop in here.
Yep, I am. Yep. There's no bucket either.
I just crap across Comic-Con. That might get you kicked out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It was worth it though. Yeah, I got to shit on thousands of people.
Somebody tries to kick me out. I'm just going.
I know what you're thinking. That's
knock it
one
off.
of
Sorry.
Come on, cut it out, nerd. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
So funny.
What do you think you guys would do for cosplay?
I would want to do something that was like really fluffy. I would be like a Mogwai or something.
That'd be good.
You'd nail it. You should be an Ewok.
Yeah, Ewok would be
I
good.
could be an Ewok.
Yeah.
Just a big teddy bear suit with like a little thing over it.
The one issue I would have though with like an Ewok or like Mogwai is like if this is in San Diego, like you have to be in the convention center, which would actually be all right because the AC would kind of even it out. But the second you go outside, you're going to burst into flames.
Yeah.
You know what I saw? I saw Santa Claus covered in gremlins.
That's fun.
And he's like,
That's another version
like, oh
of
my
like,
God,
all right,
that's awesome.
that's
That's
winning
great.
a little bit.
That's
'cause
fucking
it's-
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's having something creative is more fun.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I had a lot of friends when I lived in LA who would go to Comic-Con like every year, and they would have multiple outfits for multiple days. You know, they wouldn't just wear the same costume every day.
Yep.
And that just blew me away because it was like, I am just going to be there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yes.
I
be
just
there.
want to.
I
I just want
brought-
to experience what I can, and I'm not getting dressed.
I went as a Ghostbuster one year. And it was horrible. It was heavy, and I couldn't go to the bathroom because I.
Oh crap!
You
Yeah,
gotta-
you're right.
yeah, you gotta think
Jumpsuit.
about
This is getting
that.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah, and but it was. I mean, I did it, and I had a fun time. I was like, "Hey, I'm doing it." People were like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Yeah, I could see why people do this. Like, people like they were delighted to see a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh shit!"
Especially if it was, back a bunch of years before they rebooted everything.
It was before the reboots and stuff. So yeah,
then
people
you
were
get,
just like,
you get extra excited.
That's a
Yeah.
that's
Like,
a really
I
good
love
point.
Ghostbusters too.
yeah. I'm like, all right.
I forgot
You're a real
about
one.
that aspect of just like it's just fun attention to get as you're walking through and stuff. Because I think we were talking about before, like the third year that we went,
Yeah.
brought a couple people, and we had like our stormtrooper costume for no real reason, but we just had it. And then like one of the guys went out to the crowd. He was this taller dude. At that point we just trimmed it down to just the helmet, and then like we called him Tupac.
Tupac.
Trooper. Yeah, Tupac.
Yeah, it was Tupac Shakur, but he's a stormtrooper. Yeah.
Right. And we had like College Yudev on like it's in the other room.
I have it on
yeah,
me.
we have it. And just like a Tupac t-shirt or whatever like that. And it was like he would nonstop. He loved it, just walking around the crowd and stuff like that. 'Cause he's a big dude, stormtrooper, weird version of a stormtrooper. Ton people take pictures with him and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I loved it. It was like the best time because like you're just getting all this fun attention and people want to take photos and stuff. So I kind of forgot about that aspect of it. I'm like, yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
And it is kind of addictive. Like you could feel this kind of like people are just like, oh crap!
Yeah.
Like
The
you just made my
recognition of
day.
something odd,
Yeah.
like a Santa covered in gremlins,
Yeah.
would be
Right. That's a great.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great.
By the
one.
way, he was not acting. He was just trudging through the con. His gremlins
He
were
was
like
just
shaking
actually
on
being
him.
attacked by gremlins. So
it was raccoons. It wasn't even.
Yeah.
It was raccoons. He was like,
That's
"You
the
need help."
only. That is
the raccoons.
That's the only other Gremlins 3 I will accept. If it's because Gremlins 3 needs to be either Gremlins in the White House or Gremlins at Comic-Con. It can't be.
Oh,
it has to
wow.
one
that
or
would
the
be
other,
fantastic.
Gremlins at Comic-Con would be fantastic.
right?
Yeah.
And the whole bit is like Billy's there. He has a table. Like I survived Kingston Falls. Like
Have you written this?
I may have a spec script. I mean, I didn't put too much effort into it or anything, but
How was the vibe at Comic-Con?
the vibe was good. Everybody was very excited. Like the attendees were very happy to be there. Overall, there was just a joviality that unfortunately was the only thing uninfectious at that show. But overall, everybody was pretty happy. Like I got an inventory of it afterwards. Like when I was just like scrolling. Trying to get better. I was just watching all these different feeds from Comic-Con. They were like, this year may have been the best year ever. There's so many happy faces and so many excited people. And, people are just in line. I saw the one thing this is my takeaway for Comic-Con more or less this year, and how it's like, something's got to change, man. Something's just got to change. And it's like every year there's like a different head of like the organized plan. Like there's a different foreman. So like some years they're like, wow, this thing is like a well-oiled machine. And other times it's not, where like I saw an influencer making a video, and I remember seeing a video like this like 10 years ago where they were like, yo, come to Comic-Con. You don't even need a badge. You just go around. You can enjoy this. Like the gas lamp core is beautiful and amazing. It's got all this great food, and they're all involved. And there's all these like different events that are going on outside the con. Like you could just spend all your time outside the con going to like these different like attachments, like there's an Alien Earth experience. There was a Predator Badlands experience. There were all these different like just immersions that you could experience. And this one influencer like made this little video where she was like, she made her intro before she had done everything, where she's like, here we go, you don't even need a badge, here we go. And she got in the line, she's like, nope, this line's too long, and then got into another, and she did nothing the whole time.
Nope, gonna bail on this one too.
Yeah, and I was like, can confirm. Like it was like I was watching the like Alien Earth one, which I'm like, that looks fun. There was like a base, like there's camps and there's like agents in suits, and they're like, get over here, go in this room, or at least that was my impression of it, because there was a line a mile long.
Oh my God.
And it never moved as far as I was concerned. And, Predator Badlands, same deal. That would have been cool because they had like the trophy wall that like you saw from Predator 2, but for this movie. I can also confirm, thanks to that wall, the Easter egg you may have noticed in the Predator Badlands trailers, they got all these skulls. And in Predator 2, you first see it, there's a xenomorph skull. You're like, yes. In this one, there's a skull belonging to the alien from Independence Day.
Oh, shit.
I was like, well,
that's fun.
That would make that sequel a lot better.
Yeah.
If a Predator showed up. Yeah, they 3D printed this huge stupid skull of this dumbass alien, and they're like, yeah, this is the shortest hunt of this Predator's career.
Felt bad, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, because they're like this big, he's like, oh, he only communicated and fought through telekinesis. I have a disc that has like razor sharp edges. I threw a net on him, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
They do those cool exosuits, which is the fight I would want to see, but there's no way the Predator waited for that shit. He was like, nope.
Speaking of, did you see the different ending, like the post credits thing for
Killer Killers? I have
yeah.
not seen it, but I heard about it, and I have to assume what they shot. They must have animated that, and then they went, "We don't have permission. We'll have to wait." And then when they got permission, they're like, "All right, now release the video."
It's just 2 seconds long. AJ, if you haven't seen it, it's that end scene, and like when they're showing all like the cryo, and then they just pan over again, and it's Danny Glover and
Arnold
Schwarzenegger, Dutch. What's Danny Glover's name? I keep forgetting what it.
Oh my God, I only remember his partner Danny because Danny Glover says it so much. He's like, "This guy killed Danny, and he's gonna fall." He killed Danny.
I forget what it was.
Harrigan? He had like a super Irish name for no reason. I think it was
O'Malley.
Yeah, I vaguely recall like the news reporter guy went like Harrigan or something like that.
And they show Dutch Schwarzenegger. It's like my build. I'm like, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like his neck is like the size of my neck. I'm like,
yeah.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like prime Arnold Schwarzenegger. You just captured him, and he looks like he lost like 60 pounds. It just doesn't really look like him. I was like, all right. I get. It's like a little bit of like creative license, I guess. I mean, it could fall right into what you're saying. Like they didn't have the rights to do certain stuff or something.
Right. They're like,
not
make him slightly
likeness.
distinctly different from what he was. Or they're like, no, get him when he's old.
Maybe. We talked about how like when do they go back to get these guys if they won? Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they wait until the end of life? Do they come back and get him?
If anything, it looks like they got him when he was like 16. It just looks like a different guy.
Yeah, he does look like a different guy.
They actually went back in time to grab him before it happened.
That's where we are.
So he has no idea where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely just cut it. That's exactly what they did, you finks. I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The internet didn't exist. If I'd seen this movie in like 1999, I would have been like, well, yeah, that was in the movie. Because I just imagined that would make sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you imagine Danny Glover in the booth doing voiceover for this character being like, so what are we doing? The Predator's chasing after you. The what? Why'd you pick me? I'm like 87 years old. They're like, don't you remember when you made that movie in 1989? No, I do not.
I'm quite literally too old for this shit.
What's really frustrating is how young he was when he said that.
I know. Yeah, he was like 32. Come on, dude. The ending here of him being on that ship raises a question of like, the Predators like gave him a gift and they were like, good job. And they're like, actually, you know what? Well, never mind. Come on, get him out.
That's exactly what happened. Like Arnold's in the helicopter being taken away, and like,
pretending. And if you don't know, like at the end of Predator 2, like he goes onto a ship and they like kind of like, because Danny Glover like he bested Predator and like they gift him like that old, right? That was the gift, right? The old gun.
Yeah, he gets
right?
the gun that then comes up.
Yeah, it comes up in a couple
in
times.
Prey.
That's how it ends. So like, you know, they kind of reward him with something and then they leave and whatever. But now that he's trapped on this ship, it raises the question of like, they did all that. And then like one of the higher ups was like, you just gave him a gun and he's like, you got to go get him. That's the whole fucking thing.
You
like,
can't do it. You got to pick him up.
Yeah. The ship takes off and then it just goes.
Come back like hat in hand.
Comes down.
Sorry. Hey, look.
Sorry, Net.
Listen. You're going to hate me for this, but...
You're gonna
Do you still...
You're
is the gun
mad.
here too? We need the gun too.
I need that too.
Yeah,
it's going to come back up. Yeah. This is the through line, believe it or not, to all the other ones.
Yep.
It's going to be this gun that I gave you. I wasn't mine to give, really. Sorry.
It's my first day here. I'm still kind of new. So.
Either that or like it used to be, like normally when we beat you, we take your skull as a trophy. If you beat us, I don't have like a trophy for you. I guess here's a neat gun I carried for a while. And then that was the way it worked. And then like, new management comes in, they're like, throw away the trophy thing. We're not doing the trophy thing anymore. We're going to keep them.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean keep them? If they win, we go back, we get them, we put them in ice, and we fight them in an arena. That is very different from what we normally do. I know. I got some new ideas. Sorry if I'm trying to inject some life into the whole Yautja clan here. You know what I mean?
There's only so many skulls. There's skulls everywhere. We have all the skulls.
Yeah, we have so many skulls. We dumped them in the year 2029 on Earth. That's where they all came from.
Yep. It's just, we're hoarding
There's not
skulls.
that many humans on the planet. I get the image. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a lot of skulls.
Right. It was the old guy. He was a big skull guy.
He was big in his skulls. And I don't want to besmirch the dead, but I will say, it was a sexual thing.
I mean, I can't stop thinking about like in the Predator society, there are Predators that are building these cryo units. That's their job. They don't get to be fighters and warriors. They have to be scientists and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
are they all still like hyper aggressive, but just like
know.
scientists? This is Today in Nerd History. We all saw Fantastic Four. What'd you guys think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I cried.
What part?
Cried. You're like, what
part?
When
condemning face. What?
Well, I'm just trying to think.
Jesus
I know
Christ.
that came out very.
Why would you feel?
It was more of
to
my
be fair,
fucking
first off, spoilers.
Yeah.
Was
Spoiler
it at the
alert.
end?
Oh yes.
It was at the
Spoilers
end.
for the whole movie.
Yes,
Spoilers for
yes.
everything.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, just stop.
Just go see it.
Go see it.
It's super fun.
And then come back. But at the end, basically as soon as she's pushing Galactus back with her powers, I knew immediately. I was like, she's gonna die.
Right.
She's not gonna survive this. And then she does, and I was crying hysterically because she's got this baby who is just a tiny little infant, and it's her whole family is there around her while she's dead. I was just tears streaming down my face, like just couldn't handle it.
One of the things I didn't have hardly any complaints on this movie, or not even like calling him complaints
Nitpicks and
is
stuff,
stupid.
Honestly, my complaint is that it just went so fast at the beginning. I was like, I want to see all of this in slow motion because there's so much just bam, 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 bam being thrown at you. It was a lot of fun.
The thing that didn't land with me so much at the end there, I guess that's maybe why, I don't know, but was if there was any sort of like set up for if Sue like used too much of her, or like overexerted, like it was
they
bad
never
for
said
health.
that.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you could probably infer that. I mean,
I mean,
I
once it
would
was
think
happening,
with
I was
any
like,
of them,
oh,
you know,
okay.
you
Yeah.
overexert your powers. You know, you're flying fire for so
right.
long, you're going to run out of oxygen if you're
That's true.
in certain, you know, environments. If you're, you know, you do everything in moderation, kids. Even when you're Fantastic Four.
That's the lesson of this.
You know,
episode.
we got to see what's his name getting stretched out. Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
When
true. Yeah.
Like, I knew
getting
he was going to be all right,
stretched
but
to
that
the
whole time I was
extent
like,
that
oh God.
I thought he was going to die, and I was
Fine.
like, "This is not a thing. I don't want to see him getting pulled apart like chewing gum."
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought was going to happen, and I was so cringy. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God. So
Yeah.
rough. Silver Surfer stuff was awesome. Like surfing through the fucking like molten lava and
The
the black
lava.
hole and stuff. I was
Yes.
like, that's fucking awesome.
No,
Yes.
it's the like it was the best Silver Surfer we've seen. Like I liked what they did with like Doug Jones back in the Tim Story movies. Like he's fine, but like they don't embrace the surfing. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but she's on a surfboard. Have her shoot the curl. Like she looks like she's like in a she looks like she's in a wave in Hawaii. Like just
Yeah, that was
just
cool.
that moment where she's like she like pulls her arm back to like touch the wave as she's going through it. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Looks so good. Yeah, I loved
surfboard
it.
is not a part of her body.
That was odd to me. I'm like, I don't know why we need to keep pointing this out.
He's just so hung up on it.
Yeah,
Then he has to ask about it, and then he has to continue to tell people about it.
I
after
love
the
how he
fact.
also like he really explains it. Where he's like, all right, everybody stop, okay? Johnny loves women. Johnny loves space. Now there's a naked space lady, so Johnny's freaking out about it. But also, I'm trying to solve this problem. And it's like, thank you for putting
Yes.
putting a pin on it. Everything like I heard they cut a lot out. Like it's pretty much down to the wire at 2 hours. But I heard like, you know, they cut out John Malkovich from the movie.
Yeah.
They cut out like all the stuff, like all these things from the trailer. Like, you know, we have dinner at 7 p.m. sharp on this day. Like that's gone.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff with like Reed doing other things. Like there's a lot of stuff that they cut. And I saw people complaining about it and I was like, right on, you know, everyone needs to. But like I couldn't believe how trim the movie was, how like endlessly watchable it was. I saw it on Thursday night at 10 o'clock. I saw it again Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Like,
Wow.
I saw
Wow.
it.
Yeah.
I know. And that was not because I'm like, I need to see it again. I was at Comic-Con. I bought tickets to see it on Friday night. I was invited to see it with some other people on Thursday. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going.
I guess I'm going
Like, you know,
twice.
and I'm like, and you know what? I'll see it on Thursday night. If it sucks, I'll just sell my tickets on Friday. And it
Yeah.
didn't, so I saw it again, and I was with other people, and I'm like,
Nice.
and it held up remarkably well. Within like less than 12 hours of seeing it, I will say, like seeing it again, I'm like, this is still fun. Like I'm not yawning, I'm not looking for a place to go. Although in the first screening, I did go to the bathroom, so I got to see the whole movie in the second screening, and I was like, I made the right decision. Not that like I needed to miss that scene, but I didn't miss anything from missing that scene.
All right.
But yeah,
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I was trying to
There-
figure out like where John Malkovich would have fit. I mean, I know they had one of like the apes in like kind of the beginning montage.
yeah, I think the idea was that like we were
They
going to
threw
see
a
them
bunch
defeat
of-
him.
Yeah, they threw a
And-
bunch of like bad guys into the beginning, and they just kind of like roll over them quickly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like,
which is a
all
real
right,
shame.
this is
like,
a thing that they did, and
yeah, but I'm like the puppet master. Like you should have shown the wizard or Diablo.
they could have done so much more, and they probably did do a bunch more that got cut out.
But like also whatever they shot needs like probably $60 million worth of VFX. So they're like, we're not putting that back in the movie. But like I think that I wouldn't be surprised if the Super Apes and Red Ghost helped the Fantastic Four with Mole Man like fix the bridges, like fix the the teleporting machines.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, like
That would make sense.
Because he enlists the help of Mole Man. I'm like, well, they only cast 2 villains, like or 2 classic villains like Red Ghost and Mole Man, so they probably got roped into it. You know, I assume they're going to be brought in, but they were like, nah, it's easier and quicker if we just make it Mole Man. Mole Man's also the only MCU character in the movie, and when I say that, I mean he's the only one with quips. Like they could have, and even he did not overstay his welcome. He's funny, but like he could have, stowed aboard the ship.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been like delivering the baby and making hilarious witticisms while that's happening. Like,
Right.
oh, I'm not getting paid enough for this. Like, I got to put my sunglasses
Like,
on.
his wipe your shoes before you come in. I'm just kidding. It's all
I'm just kidding. It's all dirt. Yeah. And I'm like, that's funny. And it's funny because he didn't do that 10 more times in this movie.
Yeah. I liked that a lot.
I like that too. He was he's a good actor. They use him in everything now. He's everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And he's good. It was fun. I was like, this is good.
I recognized him from I, Tonya. Is like after,
yes.
After the movie, I was like, what do I know him from?
Jeff
and
Galooly?
Pulled up his whole filmography. And Dan's like, I don't know. I never saw any of these things. And I like was scrolling through and I was like, it's I, Tonya. I know him from that. Like I knew his face back then.
I remember him from the Key and Peele sketch where it's the burn victim. And I think he's the guy who's like, oh, but there is something funny about me being fat. Like he's the fat guy in the audience. That's the one where it's like the tears, they burn.
Yeah. My God. Fucking amazing.
Do me. Yeah. I can take it.
He was in an episode of It's Always Sunny. He played like a juggalo guy. He was in a couple episodes of or sketches for I Think You Should Leave. A couple different things, I think.
I gotta see
I know at least one, but he's in a ton of stuff. He plays like a wide range of stuff. Like he was the I think his first like big sort of role was the Atlanta Olympics bomber.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah.
Like which I don't know if he got an Oscar for it, but he should have because he was amazing.
Yeah, I think he got nominated at least. I don't actually know if he.
I don't know.
Yeah,
probably not because I think they would have put like Academy Award winning actor in this movie.
Right.
I love Vanessa Kirby in this movie. She's great.
Yep.
I loved her like doing the pushing a Galactus thing. I remember like I was so taken by her like performance and her like. Just the whole way that she commanded every sequence that she's in, but her being like, ah! And then her like talking about it afterwards being like, I wanted to make this like primal thing. Like it's like mother versus nature. And I was like, that came across.
Yeah, it very much was.
I got that.
Yeah.
And it was tight. I was like, yeah.
I mean, the efforts she was putting into it were similar to efforts you put into childbirth. So
exactly.
It's very much a similar thing of
that's the thing. Like, the movie's about stuff.
It's about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That childbirth in space sequence. Insanely stressful.
It was very stressful. My only complaint is, of course, like it's a movie, so they're not going to do this, but there would have been way more fluids flowing around.
There would have been a mess.
Like my God. Everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Zero G
would have been everywhere.
I know.
It would have been a problem. Open the door, Johnny.
Open the door.
We're going to strap everybody down. Just open the door. Thank you. Jeez. That could have been a mess.
If you like Vanessa Kirby in this, I know you haven't seen it or any of the Fast and Furious, but Hobbs and Shaw, she's in that. She's fucking. Oh, really? She's awesome in that. She's awesome.
Willing to check that out then.
I heard Hobbs. That's your favorite movie of all time.
It's fucking good.
I remember correctly. You love Hobbs and Shaw. I used it as a joke, but you were like, "Hey, whoa,
hey."
Let's not just merge Hobbs and Shaw. That's a pretty tight movie.
It's
back the
stupid,
fuck up.
But it's good. Like
it's good.
Yeah, it's I know I've said it before. It's like one of the closest things to like the 80s action movie type things that you can
I'll
get.
be honest with you, like I have never felt compelled to see a Fast and Furious movie. Hobbs and Shaw was the closest I ever came to seeing one. I was like, oh, this looks like pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like a million characters and it's pretty straightforward premise. I might see this. I didn't, but you know, I still could.
I mean,
we can have a movie night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's watch Hobbs and Shaw. That'd be great.
If you put it in the context of where the Fast and Furious started from and what happens in this movie, it is the dumbest. There's cyborgs in this movie. Like, it starts out with, like, you know, drag racing and stealing fucking DVD players. And then it goes into, like, cyborgs with Transformer motorcycles and stuff. It's so insane. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
But everybody plays it, like, super serious, but there's still comedy in it.
This is par for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go into it knowing that it's fucking dumb, it's fantastic.
That's cool. I didn't know she was in that. That's great.
The stretching I thought looked really good at the end when he's with Galactus. But there's one part at the very beginning where they do the fantastic science with Mr. Fantastic and his arm stretches out on the blackboard. And I was like, that doesn't look great.
Yeah, like, they've never gotten the stretching to look great.
In on that one.
Yeah, I don't
but
know
the
why.
rest of it, like, just for that one moment, I was so taken aback that I was like, I'm going to make a note about this.
Yeah. I think it's because they just don't know what to do. Because, like, there was an argument we had, my team and I were talking about, like, what do you do? Do you have his clothes stretch with him, or does he stretch out of his clothes? Like if he's wearing regular clothes.
I would think it would be funnier if he stretched out of his clothes, like if his arm kept going and his sleeve was just here.
But like, why would he do that? Because like, if he needed to stretch his torso, he'd be naked. Like he'd just come right out of his clothes, and it would be like, oh no, oops, sorry. Like,
so is he always just wearing super stretchy clothes?
He must be wearing unstable molecule clothes of all time at all times.
Maybe.
That's what I mean. that's the premise of.
I mean, they made the rest of
it.
I thought looked fine, but maybe it was because he was in a regular lab coat that it looked awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That part stood out to me too. The rest of it, though, for sure, I was like, because if you look at like the ones from the early 2000s, like those ones, like they leaned into just being goofy.
Yes,
and it was just like, all right, and it's a inherently kind of goofy power anyway.
Yeah, he stretches. He turns into a ball. Like, come on. But he does. Like, but he'll literally do that, and it's like that'd be cool. Yeah. Like, I guess.
But those like action sequences, I thought there was like, there's parts where he stretches just enough, like when he's landing or whatever, the things to kind of brace himself, those kind of things. It felt like none of that stood out. I was like, oh, that's weird. It felt like oddly natural.
Yeah.
For him to do that.
Well, I remember people complaining a little bit about like how, like he didn't stretch enough, and I'm like, Reed doesn't stretch a lot. Like he does if he has to fight somebody, but like, I mean,
his superpower, he's just working. His superpower is like his brain and like his,
like that's really what his gift is.
Yeah.
Like it's just, but he also can stretch. He's just, he overthinks it. It's like, if I could stretch, like he could, I'd be a ball all the time. Like I'd be, because my brain would be like, oh, I'm just so distracted so easily. I'd be like playing jump rope with myself. It'd be a whole thing. But like, I'm not a super genius who's trying to solve all the world's problems.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have time to like stretch for fun. Stretch for fun? What the hell kind of fun is that?
What I thought was also interesting is they didn't mention his at the end of the credits when they do the little animation from like the Fantastic Four cartoon show. Uh-huh. They have a little like jingle type thing. I wish I wanted to look it up so I could watch it again, but they're like, this Johnny's flamey or whatever and yada yada. But the thing they said for Reed, I wrote it down because I was like, wait, what the fuck?
What?
They just said Reed does science left and right, and I was like, you're not going to mention that he can stretch like
and he can stretch every part of his body.
Like what? He does science left and right, yeah, but also.
Yeah, that's
You're not
fair.
Gonna mention that?
It's weird they didn't. No. That's a good point.
And he loves fishing.
Right. Like Reed wrote it.
He's like, we don't need to talk about it. I'm going to do science left and right. Maybe. He's like, that's in my contract. Don't talk about it.
Do not talk about the stretching. Yeah. It will come up, don't worry, but I don't want to make it my thing. It's not what I am. All right. I want to be known for my intelligence.
Yep.
Not for my elasticity.
Something I was thinking about at spoilers, obviously at the end, where Silver Surfer pushes Galactus through the portal, ends up millions of years or whatever away somewhere else in the galaxy.
Yep.
But I was just laughing, like they do all that and like they just drop him off at some other planet. And the other planet is like, what the fuck is happening? What is this?
Yeah. It's dangerously close to Spaceballs. Where it's like he lands on a planet. And then we just have the Planet of the Apes just roll up.
Oh my god!
Instead of the Statue of Liberty, it's him. He's just stuck in the sand, like he's grabbing the Silver Surfer. The hell is that? There goes the planet. That'd be okay.
There's a chance for Silver Surfer to come back. I think she can move through space. Quickly.
I would just take off. I mean, I imagine she just fucking took off. Like,
just leave him there.
I mean, I wouldn't want to hang around.
Nope.
He'd probably be pretty pissed.
Yeah.
He'd be real pissed.
I heard rumors there might be a Silver Surfer movie, which I'm like, uh-huh.
I gotta say, like, I was very impressed with the sciencey jargon of like how they're going to solve this problem, and I fully believed that they were going to take the entire Earth and move it across the universe, because I thought like, okay, there's this whole thing about Reed blames himself for what happened to the four of them and saying that he made a miscalculation. I was like, this could entirely be how he makes a miscalculation, and instead of moving them across the universe, he moves them into an entirely new dimension, and that's how we end up with Fantastic Four, where we see them at the end credits from Thunderbolts. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, that's what's going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, and I'm like, wait, what? Now what?
Yeah, that they had like multiple opportunities to go to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they don't. And I think after like the second or third time they didn't do that, I'm like, okay, so they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like they know that we know they're eventually going to be in the same universe. Yeah. And
so they're fucking with us. It could be here. No, it's not.
And then the movie ends and nothing happens.
Nope.
And I'm like, but what?
What?
What is happening?
Yeah.
And I assume,
when did they show up?
Now I know what the rocket's all about in Thunderbolts. I'm like, at first it was like, oh, Galactus eats the planet and they just escape. And
Yeah.
like, nope.
Then that was the other. Okay, well,
Nope.
just the four of them are going to survive.
Yeah.
And
now I think it's the incursions. It's going to be like the MCU and the Fantastic Four's universes are going to crash into each other, and because that's how it works in Secret Wars. The idea was that like the multiverse is dying, and the way it works is like it's not like physically, but also it physically happens too. Like the idea that like universes are colliding, and when they collide, they both explode and die. And so like the multiverse is dying, and everything's coming apart, and Doctor Doom has to kill space gods and take their power, and then he like puts together like a life raft planet made up of chunks of realities from across the multiverse.
It's such a cool thing, like how out there and like wild storylines can get, and like I don't know, you go from like that kind of stuff to like the street level stuff, and like it's I don't know.
Yeah,
I love
right.
that
Like,
shit.
yeah, like there's a new mobster in town, and he's going to take the Kingpin's turf.
Mm-hmm.
And like and Spider-Man's trying to keep this date with Deborah Whitman. What's going to happen?
Dude's
And
like,
Captain America's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Like I can't hold it together.
I did like I saw afterwards because I didn't recognize the actors or whatever, but like from that original 1990 Fantastic Four movie that wasn't even like made to be released or whatever. Like they're in. There's a couple couple different cameos.
It was
they
it
all
was
play
made
someone.
to not be released.
Yes. Oh,
What?
AJ, let me tell you.
Tell me some things.
So Roger Corman produced, of course, a crappy Fantastic Four movie in 1994. When you see this, it's free on YouTube. Check it out. Watch it. You will love it. It's great. And
All right.
and Doctor Doom has never looked better on screen so far. But they made this movie. The company that had the rights to Fantastic Four, they had like 1 year left on their licensing, and they were like, uh-oh, and they had never made it, so they were like, we'll make the movie, we'll keep the rights, and then we'll make a real movie that'll come out later. So they made this movie, but they had to lie to everybody, like the producers. Like they had to trick everyone into thinking that they were making a real movie. So like they had to do all the things. But like they just did it on a Roger Corman-esque budget and tactics. So it's like they treated it like they were making like a monster movie from the 50s in terms of like production and like casting and, you know, all that stuff. So it still had like the trappings of Hollywood, but it was just like scaled down. But it was 94. You know, Batman had come out in 89. So they were like, Batman Returns had already come out. And so they were like, this is going to be huge. Like Jurassic Park came out the same year as Fantastic Four. And they were like, this is going to be huge. So like all the actors were like, this is our big break. And then like the movie was cut, the movie was done, or rather the movie was shot, wrapped, and then they just cut them, like to cut ties. They were just like, movie's over. They're like, when is it coming out? Like we got to get ready for the red carpet because like we're going to get like the James Cameron treatment, you know? And they were like, no. And nobody said no. They just you know, disavowed them and kept it to themselves. Yeah. And like they, you know, people who are working on it were like, you know, I want to finish this movie. Like I have to finish editing it. And they're like, what are you talking about? Shut up. Like people had to like break into the studio and steal reels and like edit the movie like secretly and like, you know, mortgage their lives to get like VFX done. Cause they're like, we have to finish this movie. And it's like, but no one's going to see this movie. Like it's never coming out. Yeah, but those poor actors did not know that. And that's what's so wonderful about their cameo. Like people were like, I can't believe they got him in it, but like there's no cameo from like, you know, Eoin Grufford or Michael Chiklis. And it's like, yeah, they got to be in a movie.
They're good. Yeah.
They've been seen by people on screen. These 4 actors, 5 actors, I think Doom is in it as well. These guys never got to be on screen. So they get to be in the movie.
That's such like an insanely shitty thing that they didn't know.
It's so shitty. And I love it because like even of course Stan Lee was there. Like he came to the production. He was like, "Wow, look at you guys! This is amazing." You know, I'm totally not in on this. And yeah, but what's great about it, you know, besides the fact that it's so terrible, because it is the fact that it looks like it was like, oh yeah, this movie was made what, like 1981? It's like 94. Oh no. But Dr. Doom, full suit, full mask, metal attachments, no ADR. So,
oh no!
I'm Doom. They just filmed him on the day through the mask.
I love
and
it.
they were like, "Hey, when am I gonna?" And this actor's like, "When am I gonna go in the booth?" The ADR, they're like, "Actually, I like the authenticity of the mask."
That's
how
he would.
Bad it sounds.
He would sound like that.
But he would sound like that though, and it's like, and that actor has said, like, "I'll look if you want to make like a fan edit, like if Disney Plus wants to put it on, like on streaming, I'll come back and re-edit I'll remix the dialogue."
I just Googled Fantastic Four 1994. I'm going to have to watch it later. It looks fun.
It looks fun, doesn't it? And it captured my imagination. Like as a kid, when you're growing up in the years that I did when, I keep referencing the Phantom, like these are the movies, folks. It was like Tank Girl, the Phantom, the Shadow, like there was an ill-fated Captain America movie starring J.D. Salinger's son as Captain America. That's right. The guy who wrote Catch in the Rye had a son who had aspirations of acting. And he played Captain America. Didn't do a bad job, by the way. But but these are the movies. And like you grow up and you find out like they made a Spider-Man movie in the 70s, and then you find out, oh no, it's a TV movie, and it was a pilot for a show that blows. And you're like, I guess that's all I got, so I guess I'll watch it. But then you find out like there's a secret Fantastic Four movie that no one's seen. And just remember, you have to every few minutes, like while you're watching it, remember that Jurassic Park came out the same year.
The poster says part muscle, part elastic, part fire, part invisible. Together, it's clobbering time.
Yeah, no notes.
Sure.
No notes.
Like, what does that even mean?
Part invisible.
Clobbering time.
It's clobbering time. Great line. I never get tired of it. I love It's clobbering time. Yeah, it's great. Check it out. And this movie's, but having said that, Matt Shakman's Fantastic Four is the best Fantastic Four so far. Like it completely annihilates all the other iterations. It's great. See it twice.
See it twice within 12 hours.
All right, guys, that's a wrap for this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you haven't seen Fantastic Four, go ahead and see it so that now that we've spoiled everything for you anyway.
Yeah.
Probably should have said that earlier in the episode. Maybe, I don't know. But if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like, leave a comment about whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Review Good Podcasts. We've gotten some comments. I forwarded AJ. I don't have the person's name, but somebody was leaving
I have it.
some good Amazing Digital Circus tidbits
info
for AJ.
Ooh,
dude, I loved it. I was like, this is fantastic.
Yeah. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate it.
It was Coffee Kitty 37. Thank you, Coffee Kitty. I really loved. They just like told me what a bunch of check out the comments on that episode, but the XDC
that's on the Spotify
was what they rolled
okay.
before Pomni's name in like the first episode, and I was like, went over my head. It's brilliant.
I got to finish this week's Dorkly tonight. It's due tomorrow or tonight. I usually post to Patreon tonight, but I'm gonna need to do it in the morning.
Guys, we like you. We hope you like us.
apologies to Jaws.
Jaws is the one with the sharks?
Was there a shark movie I'm not aware of?
I was thinking of The Meg 2.
I saw The Meg. I never saw Meg 2.
The tagline was actually, no joke, it was, I beg your pardon.
There has to be at least one Rotten Tomatoes score that's just, shut up, Meg.